Quick Red Sox thought. Nice game last night.
Oh, yeah, no, good one. Up 6-0 and lose. That's a good one. How to protect it.
I got to tell you, in the last week with the draft and everything, I've let go of the rope a little bit on the local 9. Where are we here?
I would say we're right where we left off. Nothing has really changed all that much. They got to 3 games over, which was their season high. But then, and by the way, so I have a bunch of thoughts on this quickly. But then last night they get a 6-0 lead. They give it up. And I thought they were going to win the game like everyone did because they were hitting. And they win when they hit. They're 10-0 when they get 10 hits.
They get 10 last night?
Nope. Because their offense went cold, which brings me to another thing. Our buddy Matt the Stat emailed in, and this is also, an interesting a piece of data or information. In the month of April, the Red Sox scored almost as many runs in the first 3 innings of the game as they did from the 4th inning on. So first time through the lineup, or first 3 innings, okay, they're pretty potent. On this trip, they had games where they had leads of 3-0, 6-0, 9-0, 7-0, and 6-0. They won 3 of those games. They went 3-2. They had a 3-0 game against Cleveland. They got 3 runs in the first inning. I think Abreu hit a 3-run homer in that game. And then Houck came up and gave up 4 in the bottom of the first. Okay, so they lost that game. And this one, to me, gets to sort of the heart of the matter. Again, our buddy Matt the Stat, who was an auction winner years ago, now works for SB Nation. You can read his Red Sox coverage there. In late and close situations, which is defined on Baseball Reference as at-bats from the 7th inning on, when the game is either tied or, let's call it within a run or 2. Okay, I don't want to get too detailed and mess your head up, but that's the essence of it. In those close and late situations, the Red Sox are hitting 178 with 566 and striking out 29% of the time. And low leverage at bats, their OPS is 804. But when you get them into key spots, it drops under 700. And the other point he makes is that they're horrible against bullpens, is what that suggests. Mm-hmm. I would tell you that it is sort of a paper tiger of a lineup. They have a crap ton of guys who strike out. And what happens when you get in the middle late innings of a game? The starter goes out, the bullpen comes in. And what do all bullpen teams in baseball now have? Guys who throw bullets, and they can't hit a good fastball. So I was reading some of these numbers last night on the Baseball Hour. The Red Sox, and I could only find individual averages. I can't find where this ranks in the rest of the league. But their inability to hit a fastball 95 and over is alarming.
Is Trevor Story at the top of that list?
Yes, very much so. He's right up there. So is Rafael Devers. So they're both hitting under 100 against guys with good velocity, what I would call plus velocity. So the first night of the series, when they won 10-2, you know how hard the starting pitcher threw? 93, 94, hanging off speed stuff in the middle. So you send a guy like that out there against him, and all of a sudden, they'll belt the ball all over the ballpark. Also, in those key at-bats, I think what happens is teams start pitching to your weaknesses. They attack more than it's a starter going out there and saying, I'm trying to establish some sort of game plan or foundation for stuff I can do later. When you get into the mid to later innings, these guys come out of the bullpen and they're just airing it out. They want to get, it's 1 inning. I'm going to give you everything I've got.
Like I said, I've checked out a little bit. But I had it on last night. The extra innings, the frustrating, having that runner on second to start the 10th. I don't think they moved him. I think he stood there on second the entire
Red Sox,
time.
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If he moved to third on a grounder, I don't think he did. And it's like, man, just get up with the winning run at second base, just swinging out of your ass. I mean, everyone does it.
Strikeout, ground out, strikeout.
And the guy stood there on second the entire time.
Correct.
And put the ball in play and try and move it to the right side. And never lay down a bunt, idiot Felger. Why would you do that? But, it's just like that. I still wonder if their approach is as bad as it's been all season long.
Yeah, it's not a wrong thing to wonder. Again, they still struck out 11 more times last night. And I think it shows up when... You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I put emphasis on those at-bats for obvious reasons because I think that's when people bear down. So that's crunch time in baseball. 2 outs, men in scoring position, period. Late in the game, in a close game. That's when people nail it down, and all of a sudden you can't even make contact. There was also a play in the bottom of the 10th where, the Jays, like the Red Sox, had a ghost runner on. Fly ball to center field. Rafaela kind of nonchalants it. The runner on second is Vladimir Guerrero. Guerrero surprises him and tags up. Rafaela was a beat behind the play. The throw hit Guerrero. Guerrero got to third. Okay, yes, so what? Well, now with a man on third and one out, all the Jays have to do is hit a fly ball. Cora walked the next two guys, set up a double play situation. Alejandro Kirk came up, lined one over the left fielder's head, and that was the game. It just changed the whole sequence of the inning. So I do think Rafaela kind of fell asleep out there a little bit.
Strength of schedule. Did you tell me they've had the easiest schedule in baseball so far?
Correct.
Easiest schedule in baseball. They're 2 games over 500.
Bingo. I'll ask you the same question.
Can I just give you, like, again,
go.
Dropping in on the Red Sox for the first time in a week. They're still a disappointment.
I agree. They're the same team. I mean, ultimately.
They're striking out a ton. Are the errors still up?
No, their defense has been better of late. But again, I would tell you the play with Rafaela last night, not an error, but it's a mental lapse. Might as well be an error. Cora didn't call him out on it. Cora downplayed it. It's possible Guerrero would have gotten there anyway. I don't know. I can't tell you, but I will tell you he didn't look ready. So he didn't think Guerrero was going to go. Guerrero went, surprised him, and he beat him there. So I still think there are some stupid mistakes that exist with them. The irony is that Giolito pitched his first game last night with the Red Sox.
And looked good for
He actually did. He looked pretty good. The stuff was good. So I was pleasantly surprised. That's a significant development in their favor. But their inability to make contact, being basically the same team, strength of schedule, they've played nothing but dog food. They're really, and they're 2 games over. Now, there isn't anybody running away with the league per se, but I would tell you that overall, the roster's better. The ultimate performance thus far hasn't really not been. So that's got to get fixed or you're going 84 and 78. If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Red Sox analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.